Welcome back to the Pit Podcast. You can hear everyone playing every note, but you can't hear me because I never play. Pit Podcast, we got my man Kyle. Pit Podcast. Can't barely hear him over all them notes they're playing. Sounds beautiful, sounds disgusting, whatever you want to say. Hey, Pablo, you got something to say to the podcast?
Don't do theater. There's a lot of yelling, and I would cry.
You got beef with theater or no?
Beef?
Yeah.
Ms. V said that we mess up, but we don't mess up as much as them.
So basically, non-existent beef. Anything you would like to say to the podcast?
I thought I would play more. I don't play that much.
That's very honest. That's very honest.
He doubles up on my part sometimes.
Very interesting today on the Pit Podcast, episode 2. It is much longer than the last one. I have not been cut off yet. So we are gonna keep talking. I don't know what we're gonna talk about, but we're gonna talk about some musical Pit Podcast stuff.
If I were to say ass or tits, I would definitely say tits, because like when you look at an ass, you gotta think there's poop in there. So like. You just can't be an ass guy, man. You just can't.
Personally, I'm a.
That is everything from Aiden, our co-host of Pit Podcast. Oh, this doofus right here dropped the light, and so now we are banned from going over the light and getting off the stage. How do you feel?
I'm trying to do like a little thing where like I'd like just like pretend to like.
Paulo, are you okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we're going to go on stage. That's why, 'cause you guys just are blind.
Pablo, you're wearing glasses. You should have known.
They're broken.
As we go through pit rehearsal, he slowly gets closer to the music somehow without the music moving or his chair.
I don't.
For shame.
He was right saying that we're just blind because I couldn't see that.
This is a successful segment for Pit Podcast. Absolutely no mistakes were made in the creation of this episode today, which are on episode 2. Subscribe to the podcast for more episodes. This has been Weed Whacker, main host of Pit Podcast, Weed Whacker himself, signing off. That concludes the Pit Podcast.